Good morning and welcome to you all on this brilliant Sunday morning to the semi-finals of the first ever Hermit's Cup Invitational Tournament. We've come a long way. We've seen some matches in the semi-finals. I'm Marnus, and with me in studio today, a special guest, Thomas Stron, who you all saw just yesterday playing some epic semi-final Call to the Void. Welcome, Thomas.
Greetings. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah,
Really
thank you.
excited to be here.
Thank you for coming. It's
Yeah.
good to have you sitting next to us for a change.
Not on the player seat anymore.
Yeah, well, soon
moving up.
soon we'll see you in the player's seat again because tomorrow night, Thomas and Peter Willem Loopscher will be playing their third and tiebreaker match, which is going to be exhilarating. Are you ready?
Oh, I'm very excited. I'm
Okay.
actually glad we're having a third match, So we're having a bit of a draft on Monday. So
Yeah, draft is the real test of might.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Well, next up, today we see Emile Tredoux facing off against Ulrich Grun. Now, Ulrich came into this tournament, the reigning world champion, if you will, and he's going to have a tough time playing Emile today. Emile's been performing really well so far in the tournament, and one match is not going to settle this matter between them. So we'll be seeing a bit of a marathon. Hopefully, it also goes to 3 matches. I like that.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
That'd be great. The entertainment is going to be real.
Yeah, and let's have a look at who these players are again. First, let's see a bit more about Emile. So Emile Tredoux, he is a Twitch streamer currently residing in South Korea. He's been playing Call to the Void for a while. He, in fact, received the first playtesting copy that left the country. So he's been practicing and getting used to the game, developing his own thoughts on strategy. His favorite character, Klaus Muren, and we've seen him do some spectacular things with that shield.
The shield bash is real with Emile.
Yeah, Emile Shield Bash de Muren. And then our next player, Emile, will be facing off against Ulrich Grun. He's an avid Dungeons and Dragons player, just like Thomas. Thomas, you also play Dungeons and Dragons?
I live for it. Love it.
And Ulrich lives and dies by the Dungeons and the Dragons. And then he's from South Africa, and his favorite character is Septos the Recluse. I wonder why that might be.
Well, the thing about that poison, right? That is devastating late game.
Yeah.
So I think he likes that mind games, keeping that poison, because remember, the poison is a gift that keeps on giving.
And the poison is the thing a man has to never stop picking.
Oh, never.
Back to studio. All right, we're back, and we'll check in as soon as the players are ready. We'll get this match going.
Exciting.
Producer, are they ready? They're ready, so let's cut into that game. There we go. The players are all set. Ulrich Grun versus Emile Tredoux in the first match of their face-off in the semi-finals. The players will start revealing their characters. On Ulrich's side, we see he's got Sarak, Nahib. He's got Jabbar, Oresu, and Victor. And on Emile's side, what do we... There's Baron.
We see he's got his Baron. He's got his trusty Klaus, which we expected. His Septos, the Recluse, and Okan, the Shapeshifter.
Yeah, so I think Emile's playing his deck from week 2 in the Swiss rounds, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
And Ulrich the same. Both players have opted for their week 2
So it's
builds.
almost like a mirroring. Like me and Peter, we both played our 3rd round decks. So this
Funny
is
how that works.
Yeah.
We're going to have to think long and hard about how that, if that's just coincidence. Okay, so the players are on the same life total, which is why they're rolling the dice to see who gets the coin first. Typically, the player with the lower health pool will receive the coin on the first round, but if they're tied, they're going to have to determine it some other way. Dice rolls are the safest. I mean, you could also go for a noon duel or, a fist fight or whatever, but I think a dice roll works. Ulrich gets the coin. So,
all right.
There we go. And the players are drawing their cards. They must start the clock. And we're live. Here we go. 1 hour to finish this first bout, if you will.
We see 2 cards being mulliganed by Ulrich. And I think Emile's doing the same. Or just one.
Yeah, so the players get to toss the cards they don't need right now. They shuffle them back and draw that many to try and give themselves a good start in the game.
That's a very important part because you want to get voids, but you want to balance that out with a potential ability to get that upper hand in the first round. All right.
So, first character has been activated, Oresu. We see Ulrich with a free empower, concealed card on Oresu.
Sneaky.
And he's going to just use him to draw a card. It's a good strategy in the first round.
Get that resources.
Yeah, fix your hand, assess the situation, and try and figure out what your game plan is going to be. Klaus activating, moving. No free empower there. He's going to move to draw a card. Klaus, of course, on activation, his armor generation will give him the opportunity to set his shield to 2.
That's why he's so tanky and so beefy.
Yes, but setting the armor to 2 is different to adding 2 armor, because if Klaus is already on 2, he would not be able to increase it with his armor generation. It just regenerates. If I break my arm, I don't become a bodybuilder after that. It can only become a not broken arm.
Not broken. So we see Jabbar being activated with a free empower.
And is he targeting someone with a... Oh, he's moving and drawing.
Interesting.
Ulrich decided not to conceal that void. Typically, if you're not going to use it, hide it, is what I say.
Yeah.
But
we're off to kind of
matter.
a slow start so far. No one's attacking it. We're just getting resources.
But neither of the players play very aggressive decks. I believe on Ulrich's side, he's got Baron on his team, which means that he's definitely the more explosive character. But on Emile's side, it's Jabbar, which is a more consistent source of damage.
Yeah.
Slightly less survivable, though he has 1 more life point. But yeah, we'll see how this pans out. The decks are fairly similar. Stabbing.
So
stab will, of course, be dividing the damage. 2 damage divided by Sarak. 1 point on Klaus and 1 point on Septos. Sarak deals 2 damage, which he has to divide. And it pierces. So that's relevant because that also destroys... Not only does it bypass Klaus's armor, but after it does, it actually destroys all the armor he had. It's like an egg breaking.
That's going to be Ulrich's. That's going to be Ulrich's saving grace here, because Emile loves that Klaus, and having a Pierce in his team is gonna help Ulrich.
I think Emile's gotten used to it because it's move draw on Victor. Yeah, but Emile's used to it because everyone knows that Klaus is his favorite character, and that I haven't seen Emile build a team that does not include Klaus. Klaus has tenure, as they say.
Oh yeah.
On Emile's in the University of Shit Talking.
We see Okan activate, and
Mama Okan is going to
got a Writ of Hopelessness.
pay for a potion for a change, and it's going to be a Writ of Hopelessness, which will be reducing damage and initiative. Now, the initiative is an indicator of which characters ought to go first and which characters ought to go later. And characters on the same initiative can go in any order, but if a character has higher initiative than others, he has to go first. And conversely, if a character has less initiative than others, that character has to go after the rest.
Good placement on the Jabbar, though, because that's Ulrich's early game damage, and he has to go last. Can't dish out that damage.
Yeah, the coin passes, the players have reset. I didn't see that they draw cards, or they didn't discard anything yet, so perhaps they're considering it. 1 draw each. So the characters are playing, the players are quite conservative in their approach, perhaps still figuring out what the right move is going to be. But this is typical when no one player is revealing their strategy. They're holding their cards close to their chest, if you will, because you can only devise your plan once your strategy becomes clear from your board state.
Here we go.
Curse was revealed in the vacuum on Ulrich's side, and he free empowered, and he's casting Curse on Klaus.
So no healing for Klaus. And 1 less damage.
Yeah, that is brutal. Or Esu literally said to Klaus, yo, Marsa,
Curse.
cursing at him.
Need that Leon Schuster.
Yes, now Klaus is hurt and he will not feel better soon because Curse says he cannot be healed. And it also has the added effect of reducing his damage. Let's have a closer look at that Curse. See, it cannot be healed and it has damage reduction. Also comes in t-shirt form. So go to the website and curse thyself.
We see Okan play Spider Venom on Klaus as his action, which is
Who cast that?
Okan.
Did she not
activated.
cast the other one?
No,
other
she
provision?
she cast Spider Venom on Klaus. So that's good because that shield bash.
Is going to be able to distribute 2 doses of poison to each thing it hits, which is great. It's always I love playing Spider Venom extract on characters that can divide their damage.
Oh, just get
So we see a reveal there of Fetid Trap.
Ooh.
Was that triggered?
Let's see if it's a.
So, enchanted character gains toxicity 1, and if this card was concealed, and a character is assigned damage, you may reveal and attach this to the source of the damage. So, Septos was targeted with damage, and Septos had that trap concealed and armed, and that trap was triggered and then went to Sarak. Now, Sarak's toxicity is increased by 1.
Oh, we got it.
He also receives 1 poison because it was triggered as a trap. If he, however, just cast it, if it wasn't a concealed trigger, he wouldn't gain the poison, but he would still receive a boost to his toxicity, which means he'll receive 1 extra damage from, he'll lose 1 extra life from poison. Now, that little green token that was placed on Septos is just a reminder that Septos' passive protects him from damage he would receive from characters that are poisoned. So now that Sarak is poisoned, Septos will receive 1 less damage each time Sarak damages him.
He dishes out the poison.
Yes, however, Sarak will activate, which will resolve that stack of poison, removing it in the process, which will then negate the buff. So he'll have to poison more, or, otherwise it's kind of trivial.
Yeah.
Shield Bash for...
So Klaus activates.
Yeah, so Klaus has to divide 2 damage because that's how much shield he has. But because of the damage reduction,
Of the
he
curse.
will only be able to assign 1 damage and select 1 target.
So does that mean the poison only is applied to
One
one
character.
target?
Because the poison only applies to that which he touches, and he
does
can only
damage.
touch 1 thing.
I see.
He's a married man now.
All right.
He's going to dispel that curse.
That's a good
That's,
move.
to keep with the analogy, Klaus got a divorce, got rid of the curse, and can now use both hands again.
Good move from Emile because that curse is gonna really nerf him in the long run.
As we say, bolt the bird. That comes from Magic. Those annoying enchantments that reduce damage and all kinds of other shenanigans, get rid of them as soon as possible. They don't seem like they do much at first, but they cost you big time in the
they
long
do.
run.
They do. I've learned that the hard way. We see Baron activate. Is he gonna just move?
Baron is moving. He's not empowered, so he wouldn't have access to his roll ability, which would also allow him to do damage. But now he gets to move and draw a card, which is great. Still fixing the hands. These players are both playing safer, balanced late game strategies,
Yeah.
mid to late, and It's always all they have to do is just make sure that when that time comes, they have what they need, which is what they're doing now.
So we see another Void Empower. Oh, and he's dispelling the
Writ of Hopelessness is being cancelled. This round is a good representation of the world today. We are experiencing cancel culture in Call to the Void.
Bolter Bird, get rid of it.
Yep.
Now we're kind of back to the playing field again. Except that Sharok is still sitting with that fitted trap. Think he'll get rid of that?
Each player only draws one card, and we're moving into the next round. Coin has passed from Ulrich to Emile, and Ulrich will be taking the first action. Jabbar, the Jinn, the Arcane, will step forward and free empower with a Frostbolt. Frostbolt will, first of all, reduce initiative, but he gets to focus, revealing 2 cards from the top of his deck, and for each void revealed in this way, he will deal 1 damage. But regardless of the damage, this is an enchantment. That character is moving a little slower. His initiative is lowered. He is cold.
So we see him cast that on Emile's Klaus. Let's see if damage is being done.
There we go. No, 1 success. It
one
deals 1
success.
damage. That is, and that's a Berserker Juice over there. Berserker Juice is just crazy. It's like sends these characters into like a void rage.
And then they dish out some serious damage.
And they get pimples and squeaky voices. But
we all go through that.
yeah, no, we don't. Only when we're teenagers, not when we're adult men that look like clouds drawn by a comic book artist. Like the bounty hunters in Mario Brothers, the movie.
Oh, yeah.
With the tiny little heads and the squeaky voices. No wonder they never talk. It's not to maintain an air of mystery. It's embarrassing.
It's not manly.
Oresu's getting a splash of poison from Septos. The poison strategy, it's good. It's good.
But remember, we've got 2 voids on him, so he takes 2 damage from that toxicity increase.
Yes, and Sarak will take an additional point even. So Sarak will activate taking 3.
Oh, because of that fitted trap.
Yep, because Sarak is stepped into a trap.
We see Oresu Bone Spear, Septos, and because he's not poisoned anymore, Septos doesn't get that decreased damage.
Yeah. See, he activates, and then the poison resolves, taking the stack away, negating the buff that Septos might receive.
Ooh.
But once Klaus starts smacking with a proper shield bash, he will be able to distribute enough poison to protect Septos.
And I think that was the idea behind that.
Yeah, Septos poison is slow to apply because it's so strong in multiple stacks. Baron is going to perform his roll now. Jumps, dives, rolls over a rock, hurting himself a little, but hurting someone else more. So he's rolling, and we see Emile focusing that Sarak. It's pretty clear that that's what he's doing.
Interesting.
Well, Sarak is my favorite pick. He's not a damage dealer. He's not a tough character, but he's got a pretty toxic personality right now. So,
if you leave a Sharok for the end, that hidden blade,
that end is yours. If you leave him to the end, he is the end for you.
Yes. So targeting him might not be a bad idea.
No, it's good. I would say it's a good call, but I would be tempted to go for the DPS though.
Oh, yes. We see Victor activate and heal.
Is he healing his team?
He healed the team. Not a bad move.
Okay, we see a free empower on Mama Okan. What will she do? She will move, drawing a card for Emile. Still fixing hands here.
Well, it's a good move because the Baron is now again in roll position for the next round because Ulrich has a coin to target that Sharok again. So that might be the reason why.
No, but it is Emile who's doing the focusing.
Oh, sorry.
It's Ulrich's Sarak.
Excuse, sorry.
Yeah, I also thought that Emile was playing the Sarak.
Loses 3 life.
3 life, yes, because Septos is fully leveled up, boosting toxicity globally. And then Sarak also has that dookie under his shoe, which is making everything stink just a little bit more for him.
Oh, and we see a flask.
Yeah,
stun
Flash Flask is going to stun
Oof.
that class, shuffling a void, which he does not have, but it does prevent him from distributing more poison. Flash Flask, use an action to exhaust a character. One of its void insights are shuffled back into its owner's deck. He doesn't have it, so that's just a stun.
And ending the round.
Yeah, now Emile has the coin, which gives him a huge strategic advantage considering the position he's in where he is focusing down single characters. You'll get to start poisoning the living daylights out of something if that's his plan, which I think it is. He's loaded with an extract. No, it's Baron on the first one.
Gonna roll.
What will he do?
He's probably gonna roll
rolling.
Get rid of that Chirac.
Rock and roll Baron.
Confirm the kill if you can. Confirm. Don't wait. Ooh, and we see a hidden blade being discarded. That could have hurt him in the long run.
Yep, hidden blade. Armed and ready. That was a good call. We see first blood. Emile takes down Ulrich's thief.
Shouldn't Baron lose a life now?
Baron will lose 1 life from the roll.
Yes, there we go.
Jabbar or Will Smith steps up to the plate to avenge Aladdin.
Because he never had a friend like him, eh?
No.
Flame on Baron.
You know, sometimes online my gamer tag is Juice. And I always wanted a friend called Gin.
So you can have a little bit of gin and juice.
Yes, in keeping with Will Smith analogy here.
We see no void successes there, so the flame only does 2 damage to Baron.
Flame, 2 damage flame.
We see Septos activate.
A yogurt flame. Because if it was a yogurt flame, it'd do 4. No, it's just a yogurt flame. It doesn't do anything. Fixes your intestinal bacteria. That's it.
A lighter cigarette.
Yeah, multiple cultures and stuff. So what are we doing? We see Septos is active at the moment. He poisoned something, therefore he gets that little reminder pit. No, he poisoned Oresu, and that bonus just disappeared. Oresu decided to deal with that hangover immediately.
Activate, take the damage. We see a free empower on Esu, and what's he going to do?
Well, he's powered up because one of his friends died.
Mm-hmm. That bone spear is going to do some serious damage.
Yes, well, Oresu is a necromancer, and so the more corpses he has surrounding him, the more resources he has. Remember, that's like cash.
Yeah.
Dead bodies to him are like cash to everyone else.
We're seeing he targeted Baron. Let's see if that... Ooh, and we see the void.
The void saving the day. Baron with his... Let's have a closer look at Baron. Baron's built-in trait gives him a free save roll. Can I have a close-up on Baron, Mr. Producer? So Baron says, unless he's on 1 HP, if damage would cause him to die, focus 1, and if you're successful, he doesn't die, he goes to 1 HP instead. This is exactly what happened here. Remember that poison doesn't cause damage, it causes life loss.
Life loss, yes.
So you could kill him despite that save roll that he has, if you poison or bleed him, or if you just manage to focus him down on 1, which I've seen you do very efficiently in your matches, because that's how you have to kill him.
That's how you deal with the Baron. But we saw a Bone Spear being targeted on a Baron that did 3 damage. And
yes.
He made his void success. So Baron's still in the running, or on the rolling.
Yep. That's a lucky save.
We see Okan activate and heal him. Get his passive back up and running.
Yes. No, this is insane. Emile is really in the He's playing Beren like a vark. And for those of you who don't know what vark is, it's pig, and Beren is the boar, which is also a pig, and aptly named because he is a pig.
Yeah, vark.
Yeah.
Vlak vark.
Yep.
Okay.
And now, who's on the play?
Victor
I
activated.
digress.
And Victor played a Conceal Empower.
Mm,
And he's doing move draw.
there was a bait and switch there. There we go. So cool. So Victor moved, drew a card for Ulrich, and we are into the final action of this round. Emile will have his Klaus, which couldn't take the action earlier because of that initiative drop. He is frozen. So
And he was
now he needs an Empower. Yes.
go.
There we see an Empower. He's now able to access his basic ability at one void,
and
which
we-
is Shield Bash. And
we
with no
finally
curse to stop him. Where is there still a curse? What is that underneath him?
as a Frostbolt.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
And
Good.
we finally see the Spider Venom take action.
Yeah, so 2 poison being applied to each of his targets. That means that Victor and Oresu each have a 2 poison stacks on them, and they took 1 damage from the Shield Bash.
But-
Now, poison will cause 2 life loss. The fetid, but there is the fetid trap, and once he casts that, this will depend on whoever Ulrich chooses to activate first. That character will activate for the turn and take 2 from the poison, but Emile will be able to activate Septos and cast the fetid trap on the other one if he wanted to make sure that character takes 3. It's fantastic because the 2 characters that happen to be poisoned are the ones with the biggest health pools that need to be addressed first.
And I would probably try and take them out as soon as possible.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to go for Jabbar right now because that would make Oresu way too strong.
Flaming Baron again.
Let's see. Oh, another yogurt
2
flame.
damage. Let's see if he makes it. Oh, he makes it again. This Baron is not giving up.
Never say die, but what's his life total? Was he on 2?
He wasn't too. Yes.
So Emile managed to heal him up, am I correct?
Yes, with this
Emile managed to heal him up, which allowed him to go for another save roll. And
Activate that
Baron
passive.
is like a bad Port Jackson. You cannot get rid of him.
Well, now he's empowering himself with Cleave.
Cleave.
Here comes the blood.
It's stacks of bad news for Ulrich.
Oof.
Cleave applying 2 bleed to all valid enemy targets, and valid targets would be in melee and at medium range, which means he gets to put 2 bleeds in a single action on both Jabbar and Victor.
Victor activates, taking some serious damage from the bleed and the poison.
2 from the poison, 1 from the bleed, and
What is he gonna do?
he's going to want to heal or protect, but
Protection's not gonna help.
what's interesting to note is that Septos, which Emile hasn't activated yet, cannot apply Poison Vial right ahead of him. That's a typical limitation of ranged characters as opposed to spellcasters that can target everywhere a ranged character can, as well as in front of them.
Yeah.
Victor's healing himself. So, but with the fetid trap, each ability has its own casting range, and fetid trap, if I'm not mistaken, can be cast right
Melee
ahead of him.
medium, yeah.
So since there we go, he is
Gonna cast that on Oresu probably.
trying to headbutt Oresu, but Oresu has a bone mask, and Septos already doesn't have a nose.
So
That's the
now
fetid. That's the fetid trap was cast.
on Oresu, and that
Yep,
means
that means he's
poison.
got 3 toxicity now,
Oof. Ouch.
meaning 3 life lost from each poison. He does have 2 stacks. There we go. We'll see him go down to, what's he on?
He's on 4, so you should go
Ooh.
back to 1.
He goes down to 1. My word.
Oof. See, poison, the gift that keeps on giving.
That's what you get for messing in graves. Oh, there we see the
Ooh.
healing potion
We
coming
see
in,
heal.
saving his hide.
He needed that.
But, that's like drinking Comprel for brain cancer. It's not going to help. He's poisoned. He's going to die. He's bleeding.
Yeah, but that's going to give him a little upper hand, maybe. We'll
I
see
would
what
say
happens.
that what would be good is if Ulrich could steer this game towards Oresu's survival,
Mhm.
because it's entering the late game soon, and he'll be able to benefit from the ultimates
Corpse flies.
that he's chosen. Yeah.
Does he have that in his deck?
Oh, we shall see.
If he has.
But there we go. The crow is revealed. No.
He didn't reveal it
The
in
players will each receive a one warning for missing a trigger. Well, that's up to the judge. Let's see what the ruling is.
'Cause we're supposed-
Emile wanted to reveal his concealed card, but the rules state that he has to do that in his vacuum. He was not allowed to reveal it after activating.
So we see Okan heal the Baron again up to 2. Again, activating at passive. And we see Klaus
Yes.
activate.
So, yeah, the Okan gave Baron another shot at the money. So, yeah, it's like she's saying, they're there. It's going to be fine.
It's fine. Klaus moving.
Right. Klaus moving. His armor's still intact. Baron still gets his save. And the other 2 characters are full, and not Septos. He's down to 4. But things are looking all right and under control for Emile. Ulrich does seem to have some things up his sleeve. And as we've seen, it's not over till the fat lady sings. And that fat lady is not making a sound right now. Ulrich opting to get rid of some things there. He tossed his loot. Obviously, Sarak is dead. And he's going to draw an additional card for that.
I'm worried
Emile discarded a Bokan solve, meaning he's not really interested in the heals, not feeling particularly threatened at this stage. Baron activating. Passing the coin. Ulrich is passing the coin. No, Emile passing the coin to take the first action.
And
Am I?
Yeah, no. Yeah, Emile passed the coin. He's going to activate his Baron. And he's probably going to head forward.
He's going to maul forward
Oof.
for 4 damage.
4 damage.
Maul deals 1 damage, but deals 3 additional damage if he's on less than 4 life. But he also has Bloodlust.
Oh,
because there are
Victor's
bleeding characters.
So he's
Baron
dead.
is smacking for 5.
Baron, goodbye, Victor.
Victor just got eaten alive by the boar.
Take me to church.
We always knew that Victor was secretly judging everyone.
That bloodlust.
Oh, Emile. Well done so far.
Good play.
Ulrich still has some secrets up his sleeve. He'll lose 1 from the bleed there. He activated, passing his vacuum, meaning whatever he's got there is either not useful right now or it is a trap.
I must say that moving Klaus to get the Baron in range was a good move in the previous round. Playing some good
Jabbar
Baron
doesn't
plays.
have traps.
No.
That means that is just an ability that he's not using right now. Flame on
Okan.
the Okan. That is
Nothing.
another yogurt flame.
That's like the 3rd one.
That's like buying chocolate chip cookies and finding out there are no chocolate chips in them. Yeah, I bought one of those white chocolate, the Milky Way, Nestle Smarties chocolates and had no Smarties in it. I was very upset. Reveal Crow in the vacuum on the Okan. Emile remembered to do it this time, and he's casting it on the Jabbar. Now, that crow will fly around that djinn dangerously, so I wouldn't fly around a guy that swirls flames in the air. But that crow is brave, and he will pick at Jabbar.
We see Oresu activate. Remember, he has the feather trap. That poison doing 3 damage.
Is he poisoned?
He was poisoned. He just took that status
So
now.
that leaves him on 3 life.
Yes. And
Sure.
things aren't looking good for that Oresu.
I must say that I find it quite impressive to see how Septos is able to to boost his poison to such levels without Emile having any casualties. That is incredible.
That is great.
You see, you don't have to wait for your friends to die before you achieve success. Baron. Okay, so snap! Finally he
see
dies.
the Baron go. Bye, Baron.
Seems only cats have 9 lives. Boars only have 3. Or was it? Yeah, it was 3 lives.
There was 3. Yeah, it was the third
Hmm.
one now. What now? Oopsie. Well, Ulrich is smelling the bacon now.
Yep. You mean the bacon from the boar that just died?
Yeah. Sunday.
Nee man, nou maak jy my lus. I haven't eaten breakfast yet, but this game, where we stand on the clock? It's half an hour.
That didn't feel like half an hour at all.
Ulrich managed to finally kill that boar. I know what it feels like to smack that thing until it dies eventually. I think in one match I killed Tian's Baron 3 times, 4 times, and on the 5th attempt I just conceded the match and said we have to tweak this character because it didn't say unless on 1 HP.
I remember that.
And I said no ways can this be allowed. And he's like, what is the odds? I'm like, if it can happen once. And I quoted that Batman versus Superman or whatever, where he says, if there's even the smallest chance that Superman can go crazy or kill everyone, then you have to treat it like a certainty. Well, if there's even any chance that Baron could survive 5 death blows, no ways. That's a bad experience. We have to treat it as a certainty.
I think that's why the Baron has left a very bad taste in my mouth. Because those voids are real. But now, the upside of that is that poison is going to do even more damage because of the increased toxicity.
Yep. Now, who's on the play?
Emile's
not on the play.
He's on the play, empowering.
Yeah, but I mean on the next round.
Oh, the next round. Yeah.
So, yeah, he doesn't have any poison on Oresu, which is...
shield bashing. We see a free empower on Klaus and a shield bash on the Jabbar.
That is just for 2, right?
Yes, but being the only target for that, he takes 2 damage.
Yeah, the rule stays the same. He has to divide that damage between all legal targets. So dividing 3 by 1 is 3.
Yeah.
Aggressive discarding, which becomes easier when half your team is dead.
But he just discarded voids. He doesn't need voids because both characters he has on the playing field have their voids. So might as well throw them away and try and get something else. We're trying to dig for some answers here.
Yeah, and they in this world, the characters have a tradition of burying the belongings with the man. So when he dies, you have to bury his stuff, but you have to wait for it to arrive. The truck sometimes arrives late, so sometimes you reopen the grave, toss it in there, and get paid. I mean,
the corpse wagon.
Bring out your dead.
Bring out your dead.
My dad will only be here next week, but I'll send him over.
Ooh, and we see a right of return being played by Ulrich.
Right of return is a resurrection provision. Will revive a corpse, exhaust the character. You'll get to focus to see if anything goes to him.
Who's he bringing back?
Revived.
Let's see. Choices. A victor.
After 3 days, the stone is rolled away and he emerges from the cave victorious.
He's been praying before. It's always good to be praying before you start playing.
Yeah, he's...
we see one void.
Snap.
And all the victor abilities.
Victor, septum, the deviant with the deviated septum.
So that's a good move, I think, because now he's got sustain again, if this victor survives.
Yep. But, he did not pass the coin. So Emile got to perform the first... No, he did pass the coin. The board turned around.
Yes.
Yes, so Ulrich took the first action.
So we have 2 voids on Victor now.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Now, Septos cannot poison that Oresu because of the range limitation. They will... And those voids went... Can we just please see those voids again? I'm sorry. Thank you.
There we go. Who's playing something on Septos?
Pick up the card. Okay. Then replace the voids.
So he's activating his Septos.
He's just trying to fix the glitch. Don't mess with the void.
The void giveth and the void taketh.
And the void messes back. He free empowers with a concealed card. That could be a carrier.
I think it might be.
Yes, we've already seen the Feta trap. And poisoning Victor. And in the vacuum, we see that was an ultimate ability. And it is Inferno.
Ooh.
Now, it'll be
Does he
interesting to see how many voids he has. But we
Yeah.
did see him discard aggressively previously.
4 voids at least. So there's definitely a minimum of 4 voids in the discard pile.
Let's see the void count on his discard pile. How many are there? Can you see?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh,
5. That's 8. Now it depends on the focus, whether he will have to choose one target or...
Here's some
in
potential big
range.
plays. If he gets at one target, that Klaus is goodbye.
Okay, I need to... Verskoon my gat.
So if he flips a void, and he doesn't, it means that he must divide 8 damage. Okay. So we sorry about that, guys. So we see a void is not being revealed, meaning Inferno will do. Oh, is it focusing on one character if it doesn't reveal a void? Oh, sorry, I got it the other way wrong. That means 8 damage is going straight to Klaus, and so we're saying bye bye Klaus. Big plays by Ulrich. Inferno doing 8 damage. Crazy. Emile's got his Okan still on the active. We see one void on him. It's being activated. And what is he going to do? Ooh, we see a free empower of a void. If he has provision in his hand, he could potentially use that. Otherwise, move draw, which is going to happen. Big plays with that Inferno. And who's got coin? Emile's got coin. All right. So will that Victor be able to heal up and protect his team? We'll see what happens in the next round.
My, how the tables have turned.
This is the thing about this game. You think you've got it, and then the next moment something massive happens.
That is incredible. But now Septos is even more brutal than he was before.
Exactly. So yes, you're killing
but
off.
He does need to... Do you know what Septos is wishing for right this instant? A pandemic.
A pandemic would really solve the world's problems right now.
Okay, and Yukon Winfrey has stunned her audience.
That flash flask, and she has one void on the Victor, also being exhausted.
And what we just witnessed was a clash of the religious figures
Oh,
of
yes.
two vastly differing cultures. We have the African shamanist traditions facing off against the imperialist, European-esque monotheists.
There is only one true God.
The Okan shifts into various animals. Victor shifts into various moral demeanors.
Oh, we see a corpse flies.
This
Ooh.
could. Oh, this
3
is very,
damage.
very, very bad for Emile.
Oh,
He will take 3 damage from each corpse in melee range. That will
That's
deal
Biocan.
9 damage,
9
to the
damage.
Great Okan. And
Oh,
it will
no.
deal 3 damage to Septos.
I can't believe this.
Yeah, I can.
That was. Oh, and
there
the
is a
carrier's been
carrier,
revealed.
And he will heal up. The carrier has been revealed. I thought it might be that.
Yes.
Because he revealed it, it will gain him 2 HP and surprise his opponent with smack back of 2
a
poison.
little bit of poison for you,
This
man.
means that unless he can deal a death blow to Septos with his Jabbar, he will not be able to touch Jabbar without dying.
But that Jabbar.
I mean, a Jabbar will not be able to touch Septos without dying. Anything that hits Septos now will receive 2 poison from the carrier.
And then you dead.
And this is, we're talking big poison here.
Big poison. Because look at all those corpses in the Septos' team.
Yes, even without, and he gets his fetid trap back as soon as Oresu activates, and Oresu will die as soon as he activates, and Jabbar will not be able to reach
He's not in range.
Septos from where he's standing.
Not in range. He's going to take that bleed damage from activation. And he has to move if he wants to do something. But then Septos is in range again for him. So
He cannot cast there.
it's out
This
of range.
is the problem with hiding. If you're standing out of reach, it goes both ways.
Oh, yes. The only option he has is to move, draw.
And this will give Emile time to heal that Septos up. Because as soon as Jabbar steps forward or closer, he will forfeit his action and Septos will be able to poison him, killing him on the next action. So this is a sticky spot. And he's on 1. If Jabbar activates, he dead. Isn't that
dead.
a poison, a bleed on him?
It's a bleed on him.
So he dies. And Victor has a poison on him.
He dead.
This is a
dead.
matter of Ulrich asking Emile whether he can go, and Emile just saying, please proceed.
Oh, Victor has a second poison.
This was epic, and Ulrich almost took Emile down from his high perch. But that poison is just devastating, especially it puts you between a rock and a hard place.
Yes.
Because do you kill his characters or not?
Well, the one thing that I've learned from playing this game for a while is that Septos, if you leave him till the end, you're asking for it. You're going to get punished.
Well, most people think he's a hermit by choice. He's not.
He's not.
All his friends are just dead.
And he stinks.
Toxicity is 5 on Victor and 6 on Oresu. Okay, so there are 3. Toxicity starts off at 1. Each corpse adds 3, but 1 corpse is out of range.
Out of range
so
for him, yes.
each corpse adds 1. So base toxicity with the corpse bonus is 3, plus 1 from Septos, plus 1 from the fetid trap will make Oresu 5.
So
Victor is on
activates,
5 toxicity too.
and he
Jabbar
dies.
is also on 5 toxicity. This
But he's not
is-
poisoned at least.
No, but he'll die from the bleed.
Yeah, he's dead.
You know that time when he stomped his toe? Well, that was the end of him.
That was the end.
But he doesn't have toes. The gin has, what do you call it, fumes.
It's stuck in the lamp. Septos activates. Just drew a card. Jabbar activates and dies from the bleeding.
Yes, there's like a new thing. You say Godspeed when you greet someone, and if you want someone to go slow, you say bleed speed. Slow, but sure.
Oresu activates and dies, and
And
that
he
is
just falls. It was a battle of the end game, and
that was amazing.
wow, that was incredible.
The end game was
Emile
real.
managed to manipulate his toxicity and empower his Septos more efficiently than I've ever seen before. Usually you have to wait. Emile did not wait. Back to studio.
Wow.
Thomas, that was incredible.
That was amazing.
We knew it was going to happen. Both these players opted for a slower game, and
It paid off.
it paid off. Now,
That was very neck and neck, back and forth continuously, and it could have gone in anyone's favor. But at the end, that poison, like I said, that poison took it.
yeah, well, we're going to take a short break, after which we'll come back and have a chat to the players and hear what they thought of this match. I thought it was very impressive.
It was awesome.
Riveting stuff.
Awesome.
So let's take a short break, and we'll see you back soon. Don't go away. Welcome back. As you saw, this was a fantastic match. You can never call it until it's over. So if I stumble over my words, I can hear my own voice. It's really weird. Welcome to the players. They're going to tell us a bit what they thought. First off, Ulrich, how did that feel? Welcome.
It was close. Like, I didn't get the cards I needed in the beginning, but mid game, so I started getting all the stuff I needed. And the Baron focusing twice really annoyed me.
Well, that's what he does.
That's his job.
But you got to be ready for everything. I mean, this is how the game is. But luckily, we're in the semifinals. We didn't expect anything less than an epic bout, and you have another shot to come back into it.
Yeah, that embarrassing with the two successful focuses really was a damper on my progress, because with him dead early on and not me having with the or Esu or the Jabbar having to focus him, I could have focused much earlier on the Septos, but
that's how it goes. What I really enjoy with the Septos on your team, you really want to get him to the end game where he can shine. But apart from that, it was quite impressive to see how that Septos was dealing extra damage even in the early game.
Yeah, the fetid trap really, that early game fetid trap really worked well.
Yeah. Well, Ulrich, get your things together. Go bash your head against the wall or meditate, however you flagellate yourself. But we'll see you soon.
Thanks.
And Emile, welcome.
Yeah. Thank you.
How's
Thank you. I want to say I didn't break a sweat, but my 98 BPM on my heart rate is saying something else. It was an intense match.
Very
now,
much.
you played, I think, I keep going on about it, but you played Septos exceptionally well. You could call this deck Exceptos.
You could. I think what really saved me was, as Ulrich said, the focus on Baron.
Oh, yeah.
Because if I lost him early game, I wouldn't have been able to make it this far.
Yes.
But I was waiting for that carrier. I was waiting. I wanted to move, but I didn't want to move him out of that prime position.
Well, you got that carrier off when he played the Corpse Flyers, and that was
Yes,
also a
yes.
great play. But then when that carrier got activated, your Scepters was still in the running.
Exactly, yes. But I think I was more afraid of the Jabbar on the far side, and luckily that crow pegged him down, because if he was still alive and it was only me and him on the board with Victorins, with Scepters and Jabbar, I would have lost.
Yeah, it's always awkward when the crow picks at where your eyes ought to have been.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's a good response if you don't know what I'm talking about. I don't even know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's like we're brothers. Anyway, so good game, and thanks for the riveting
Thank
stuff.
you.
But now you guys have to get ready for match 2.
Yeah.
Well, best of luck to my opponent on this one as well.
Yes. Now,
No more
we'll see you
successful
back
focus.
here soon with different decks. Stakes are high. If Emile takes the next match, he goes through to the final. And if Ulrich takes it, they go through to the tiebreaker.
Oh yes. Let's see what happens.
Awesome.
All right. Thank you,
Right.
players. We'll see you back soon. Let's head back to the studio. Cool. So thanks to all the viewers. We are very excited at the results of the past game, and we are even more excited to see where this is going, because who knows? These players are so evenly matched, which is why they all rose to the top of the standings, and that's why we can't just make this come down to one match only. That's why we're playing 2 and possibly even 3.
Yes.
And stay tuned, check the schedule. We'll be back online shortly for match 2 of the face-off between Emile Tredoux and Ulrich Grun. See you later.